And they run with Harris off the option. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Mac Jones, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after here coming up. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. This defense for the Patriots, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Alert, alert, alert. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, 0. 12.
From the 44, Wilson going up top. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Now Jones. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, he'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
From the gun, here's Swift.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Looking to throw. Jones. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, Swift. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this one complete to Gafford.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. That's a run. They're running it. Watch quick.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They'll try it now with Swift. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. That is caught by Anderson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line. Jones on 1st and 10. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. 20, 10. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And this puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, Jones. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Off the play fake, here's Wilson, rolling to his right.
He'll get this off to Swift.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Wilson gets rid of it quickly, and he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
They'll run on first down. Swift, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. Jones.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick goes away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line ready to go. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Jones now throwing after the interception. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Back to throw again. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Mike 14. Mike 20. It's out time. It's out time, guys. It's out time. And go Mike 20.
Now it's Wilson.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, Wilson.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down, Swift. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. There's Wilson to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go, D. Come on. Mike 20. Mike 20. Mike 20.
And this is caught by Watkins.
Oh, he gets free left side.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Jones on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for New England. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he's over the line and into into the end zone for a Patriot score. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots get a score closer. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
On second down, Swift. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw is caught here by Anderson. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. The extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Once again, it's Swift. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift. Swift's got the first down and then some.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 2nd down now, Swift. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Throwing is Wilson. On the move to his left. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing, Jones. He gets this one to Johnson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They hand this off to Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Pats have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Patriots 34.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Jones. And he rifles one incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. It's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And shedding through the tackle, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Staying on his feet. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. He's going to let it fly.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win.